leisure, for my leisure. List. I don't do arguments in my relationships. I'm lit. You don't want me standing on this to say something. I'm rich. It don't make no sense how I make this. I'm lit. I don't do two-face unless the face card on my wrist. She 808. 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 Take my keys, I'm not going home. Please stop blowing up my celly phone. Take my keys, I'm not going home. Please stop blowing up my celly phone. She 808. 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 I ain't giving nothing back, and I'm gone so far, I ain't coming back. I ain't giving nothing back, and I'm gone so far, I ain't coming back. I ain't giving nothing back, and I'm gone so far, I ain't coming back. I ain't giving nothing back, and I'm gone so far, I ain't coming back.
I'm one in a million. All right now. Since birth I've been shooting from a cannon. Mid-flight here to recite, I ain't landing. Handles like a vandal at night, you can't grab it. Fire underneath my hood is outstanding. Blast through a wall of bricks like Superman did. Ain't nothing holding me back but me standing. So I'ma take off right now from this planet. The new sound has been found in yo. I don't know what you've been told, but I ain't gonna stop till I break the mold. You see, I'm born in a million. I wanna rise in the ceiling, yes I do. I think it's time to see a brand new menu. I said I'm born in a million. 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 All right now. You with me? I said, are you with me? Wake up to see my brand new horizon. The world's in my hands and the sun's tantalizing. Grab hold of mine if you want some good time. And it's been too long and you need some unwinding. Woo! Shake it low, shake it low. The new sound has been found and yo, I don't know what you've been told, but I ain't gonna stop till I break the mold. You see, I'm born in a million. I wanna rise in the ceiling, yes I do. I think it's time to see a brand new menu. I said I'm born in a million. I'm born in a million. Just don't stop. Born in a million. Born in a million.
It's one of the NFL's newest venues, but it's already earned a reputation as one of its best. This is US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Here's Harrison Mevis to get this one started. And off we go from Minneapolis. Return starts from the goal line. Returnable from near the end zone. And this return is brought to a halt just across the 10. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Straight to the air they go. It's caught. This is Gabe Davis. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Rattler. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. They gain 14 on the play. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. The first carry here for Tony Pollard. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Yeah, you want to get above 5 yards to carry? Well, put together runs like that. And I'll tell you what else a run like that does, Kate. That sets up the play action. Right? When you really just gouge and gash a defense like that, the next time you run that action, they're going to be thinking running the ball could go right over their head.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Takes the handoff, now to throw. That's going to be caught, Tony Pollard. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. And a tackle made by Blake Cashman.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Up the middle, here goes Pollard. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
They've worked it downfield very well to begin the drive. It's 1st and 10 at the 28. Here's Jerome Ford for the first time this game. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5-6-yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Trying the inside handoff to Pollard. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
Pretty obvious, this defense, man, they need more people around the line of scrimmage. But the minute you do that, Kate, you start opening up those throwing lanes. This is how balance takes apart a defense.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. And it's a gain down to the 5-yard line. They got a handful goal on the play. Now need a handful more. 5 yards on 2nd and goal.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Second and goal coming up. 5 yards to the end zone. Throwing off the play fake here. Buys time, rolling right. He just throws this one away.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Rattler. Has it in close. It's a New Orleans touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
That one splits the uprights. And the Saints will jump out to a 7-0 lead. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. Ty Chandler to return. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. First and 10 now from the 30. McCarthy starting off with a throw. And his game will begin with an incomplete pass. No luck finding his receiver that time. So that brings up 2nd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. McCarthy to throw it. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Hopkinson reels it in. Decent gain here, but short of the first. Working quickly here.
It's fourth down.
They motion the tight end over. Here's Harris. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on down.
Kate, I don't know what the punter did to hurt people's feelings, because I think the reasoning was pretty clear. They were going to go for it. There was not going to be a punter that touched the field. Not an advisable mindset now as they turn it over in their end of the field.
First and 10, it's Pollard. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. Rattler to the air now. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They strike for 23 yards. And the Saints are going to have a first down. They will not get another play off. We're at the end of one. Neither side separating much so far. More from US Bank Stadium after the break. We're back for the second quarter. Saints in possession of the football. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. And they beat him to the edge. That run stops back at the line. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Well, one defender failed. Well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Throwing now, off play action. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Completed to Pollard. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the pressure drives them backwards.
You get into the red zone and every detail matters yards. It matters on the whole 100 yards. But, Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Rattler setting to throw. Caught by Pollard. Has some room to work.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
Three plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. Three plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. From the gun, a give to Miller. And he gets taken down immediately right at the line of scrimmage. And he will not get there. They stop him on 4th and goal. What a stand to force that turnover on downs.
You know, it's almost like the defense heard that call in their helmet themselves. They dialed up the perfect blitz to encircle and cut off that run. And their reward is getting off the field.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Carried by Harris here, start the drive. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Man in motion here. Going to the ground again on 1st. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Carl Granderson in on the tackle. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
This is Harris on 2nd down. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They only get a yard that time, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, McCarthy. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Contest at the 30-yard line.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 16 at the 24-yard line.
Vikings out of the hurry-up, need everyone back to the line. Trying again, following the sack. He fires one deep down the left sideline. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. Defense looking to defend the marker on third down. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. He's looking deep once again. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing fourth down.
He's counting his lucky stars. That one isn't headed the other way right now. That is not the time to challenge double coverage.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Goes for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 34-yard line. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And the Saints will get set to take over. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. They've got a man in motion. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that they love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Now Rattler. Here's pressure, and he's dropped by the Vikings. Minnesota spends its second time out here. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Another try following the sack. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. Not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Running back sent in motion. Third and long for him here. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back with a pick six. Well, we all know getting the interception is the important thing, Brock, but how about this guy having the wherewithal to transition into a really nice return to then get the touchdown out of it, too?
Yeah, that's a great point. We talk about it with receivers, right? Getting vertical right away after making a catch. Same thing for these defenders when they make a pick. They secure the football, sure, but instantly they go back to their offensive days. They want that touchdown, and they want a moment they won't forget.
Point after by Mevis is good. And the Vikings tie this game 7-7. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And that one hit the landing zone first and then into the end zone. So it's going to be a touchback out to the 20. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Motioning the tight end left. Looks like they'll play it safe with a run to the outside. And that hit stops him in his tracks. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. One last play before the break. A final throw before the break. Makes the connection. Here's Jerome Ford. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Something's got to be the difference maker here in half number 2. We'll see what it is as we're off and running once again. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first, as that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. First and 10 now from the 30. They'll start with a kick to Harris. And it took a couple of guys to hold him down there after a gain of just 1.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Now McCarthy. He throws a bullet to the center. They connect on the deep shot. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got second down.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Looking to throw, McCarthy. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Back to the air, McCarthy. That's caught for the first. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
All right, set now, first and 10. From the gun, they go with Harris. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face second and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. McCarthy looking to throw. Gets this one to Harris. And he takes it in for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings take the lead right away in half number 2. Najee Harris, the touchdown. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
No doubt. That one right down the middle. And the Vikings break that tie and now lead by 7. Mevis ready to send this one away. Returning it from the 4. And it's the equivalent of what a touchback used to be here, up to the 25 before going out. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Pollard. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Looking to throw, Rattler. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark, really, from the first snap through this second half. There have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered, and that's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Throw on 3rd down. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, where they come down to a play or two and 3rd downs critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, the coach wants to see them convert those.
Here comes the Saints punting unit. And this is the first time he's been called on today. Only punted once in last week's loss, and he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made at the 35-yard line. No return on that punt. And it's going to be Vikings football. First down, ball at the 36. Running behind center with Harris. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Second down here, another get to Harris. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. A great play defensively. They forced a loss despite the penalty, and they just went ahead and declined it. Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay a game. A little slow to operate the offense, and they're going to back it up as a result of that penalty. Penalty not helping their cause for this 3rd down. Now it's McCarthy. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Minnesota lined up in punt formation. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. He's got it at the 24. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And they'll get ready to go on offense. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Play action on first down. And they get there to touch him down, Brock, but a big gain on that play.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. On the give, this is Pollard. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's the... Second down now, 7 to go. Rattler. Got Washington, it's complete. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
I don't care how good a secondary you are, how loaded you are with talent. When you've got time to allow a receiver to work from one side of the field all the way to the other versus zone coverage, well, you're going to make a defense pay.
They've got first down from the 31. Here's Rattler. Pass taken in by Pollard. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Hand off running left, Pollard. And they make the play at the 23, a gain of only a little. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on third down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. A type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Rattler back to throw. This one's caught. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. That's a gain of 13, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
They can decide to play for the tie or win later. First, they've got to reach that end zone. It's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Buying some time left. Too far out of the back of the end zone it goes. Incomplete.
Well, that throw just gets away from the quarterback a little bit, and he couldn't stay in the field to play. It's tough to blame him, though. He's got to leave the pocket, and he really had some tough circumstances to try and push that one down the field.
So the incompletion on 1st. Here's 2nd and goal. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
Bam. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but they never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. He'll throw it. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
So on 4th down, they bring him out for his most important kick of this game. This 32 yards out on the right hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And that brings things a little closer here late.
Such a perfect example of a kicker just doing his job. And now it's incumbent upon that defense to give him and their offense another shot.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. First and 10. Here's McCarthy. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Trying to find Justin Jefferson. And it sets up 2nd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Hand off now to the receiver. This play heads out of bounds. Marker down, though, Brock. Could be some free yards here. Things got a little too carried away there, and we are not surprised at all to see the flags fly and the penalty called. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. McCarthy to throw it. Taken in by Harris. And he's tackled for a short gain.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break out something big and substantial. It's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
From the shotgun, McCarthy taking a deep shot here. This is brought in at the 15. It's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings now lead by 10. It's a T.J. Hockenson touchdown. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
That one splits the uprights. And the Vikings drive their lead to 11. Mevis ready to send this one away. Returnable from the 1. He's brought down to end that return as we've reached our 2-minute warning. It's the 2-minute warning here in Minneapolis. Saints at a 2-score deficit. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. Throwing now. He's on the move. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. To throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
All their timeouts left, but they still need a quick score here. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw it. Completed to Pollard. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet, but this is kind of good on good. An offense gets a completion, not going backwards, and a defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
Now to throw. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. Third down coming up.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Here he is to throw. Davis there to grab it. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. Still one more in their pocket to use. Only one timeout remaining. They've got to work quickly here. It's 1st and 10. Rattler to the air now. That one's caught along the left sideline. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. The Saints call their third and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
This defense has been trying like mad to do anything to disrupt the rhythm, get the QB off his spot. It's got to be a massive relief to see their efforts paid off on that play.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Now motion him out of the backfield. Trying again, following the sack. He has it at the 5. And he is in for the touchdown. Still unlikely, Brock, but it's not entirely over just yet with this score. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Kicking team out to try the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Saints cut the lead down to 4. Oof, their comeback hopes are dwindling by the second, but any path to victory starts with a successful onside try here. And the Vikings bring in the onside kick. That should just about do it.
Hey, the numbers don't lie. The numbers tell you, Kate, time and again, it is so hard to recover these onside kicks. And when you got an opponent prepared for it, well, that makes it even more difficult.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Oh, no, the ball is loose. And the Saints grab it. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
Well, you can just see the QB scanning, can't you? He's moving, he's looking downfield, but everything covered up on the back end. That 2nd and 3rd level defenders did their job, and what did it do? Will free that pass rush up to strip the ball away from the QB.
The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. Setting up to pass. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now.
Yeah, I know nobody's perfect. And all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They bring their tight end left. Here he is to throw. Hauled in left side. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. So they are indeed kings in the north as the Vikings winning at home. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Vikings emerge as winners as we bid you farewell from Minneapolis.
I came in nothing but them raps, the clothes on my back, them L-dogs, nothing but them blacks, the A, with a black man is debonair. I'm talking about a black man's heaven here. Shorty, we going where the destination is manifested. We learn how to collect reparations and invest it. I went from dressing the coldest to catching the COVID, to blessed with success and promoting to just go. Yeah, buddy, you ready or not? Don't really care if you was or you wasn't LeBron. From now on, I'm calling the shots. I don't really care about your hating little daddy LeBron. Your mammy's a petty.
I was listening to the album. Good luck. You're on your own.
Guess who's back? Back again. She's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? 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 Guess who's back?
Well, look what the stork brung. Little baby devil with the forked tongue. And it's sticking out, yeah, like a sore thumb. With a forehead that it grew horns from. Still a white jerk. Pulling up in a Chrysler to the cipher with the in a light shirt. Lyrical technician, an electrician. Y'all light work. And I don't gotta play pretend. It's you I make believe. And you know I'm here to stay, cause me. If I was to ever take a leave, it would be as friend to break a feed. If I was to ask for Megan D Stallion, if she would collab with me, would I really have a shot at a feat? I don't know, but I'm glad to be back like abracadabra. And for my last trick, I'm about to reach in my back, bruh. Like abracadabra. And for my last trick, just like that, and I'm back, bruh. Now back in the days of old me, right around the time I became ate some as a way of coping. Take the case of turned me into smiley face emoji. May not be age appropriate, but I will be an 8-year-old indeed with a participation trophy. Yes, I have zero doubts that this whole world's bound to turn into some Girl Scouts. That censorship bureau's out. Shut me down. So when I started this verse, it did start off lighthearted at first, but it feels like I'm targeted. Mind-boggling how my profit is skyrocketed. Look what I pocketed. Yeah, it's just like y'all have been like jogging in. I've been running at full speed, and that's why I'm ahead like my noggin'. I'm the